I'm Ashley Storrie, you're listening to BBC Radio Scotland, and tonight we want to hear your embarrassing stories. You shouldn't keep it all in. To all in, I'm Ashley Storrie, you're listening to BBC Radio Scotland live from Pacific Quay, joined as always by sidekick Silent Paul. Hello Silent Paul, how are you this week?
I'm alright.
We are talking embarrassment, we're talking cringe. First of all, do you have many embarrassing stories?
I'm not so much embarrassing stories as general everyday embarrassments that happen. I mean, when I was thinking of this topic and I was thinking of, like, you're going to ask me what I find embarrassing, I've had a problem recently.
Oh no.
And you might be aware of it.
Is it your fasting?
No.
Because that's a problem.
When I wear light clothing,
Yes.
there's too much nipples.
Yes. No, you've flat bum, very pointy nipples. That's what everybody says about Paul.
There's like if you wear like a light coloured clothing, which I have worn,
Yes.
and then it's just like really prominent nippleage.
So you feel uncomfortable about that. Do you notice then when people look at your nips? Are you aware of it?
I feel like I have to face right up to
you preemptively mention them.
So
that's
like,
worse.
No, because just in case they could be thinking that I'm the kind of guy that's walking about, and I'll say like, "Oh Christ, I'm not wearing this jumper again. Why not?" It's like,
no, you're drawing attention to them. That's worse, Paul. That's more embarrassing. Now everybody secretly thinks, oh, that's that guy who's always talking about his nipples.
You've put a new slant on that.
Paul's staring off into the distance like I've just broke him. I'm so sorry. Get in touch via text 80295. Let us know what you're embarrassed about.
Someone did ask me once, and they said, like, because I'd started a new job, and they said, oh, like, yeah, I'd worn a different coloured top, and they were like, oh no, we're just used to seeing you in like dark clothing, and I couldn't tell them the reason why was because of prominent nipples.
People have been getting in touch and telling us the things that make them cringe. I'm going to move on because I'm feeling embarrassed by proxy for you, Paul. Natalie says that the thing that makes her feel very uncomfortable is at any Q&A event, like a book fest or something, if people put up their hand and say, this is actually more of a comment than a question.
Yes.
Paul's fully crabbed up now.
I hate that.
Yeah, I don't like... Do you know what I don't like?
I visibly bristle with rage whenever anyone does that.
Do you know what made me feel so uncomfortable? Because I get a lot of cringe by proxy. Mm-hmm. Do you remember at Wimbledon when the man stood up and he was like, I'd just like to thank you for playing this beautiful game on behalf of all the residents of Wimbledon. Yeah, so get in touch via text 80295. Let us know what makes you cringe. Paul, what's the next song?
Do you know what makes me cringe and feel embarrassment? But is from doing this show with Ashley is basically all the things she said at the moment.